Welcome home, Raiders! This week, Overwatch closed beta hits, and Salt has occurred. Esports is a thing, and so much more. This is Convert to Raid number 199!
You're listening to Convert to Raid, the podcast for Raiders in the World of Warcraft.
Convert to Raid podcast power station in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Today is October 27, 2015. Happy Overwatch closed beta day. It is now 9:13 in the PM. And thank you for joining us from our all-around World of Warcraft land. And hello, my name is Pat Crane. I am the host of this little shindig. And as always, the players are here. Minus Adares, which is fine. He's in Seattle. It's cool. We'll see him at BlizzCon. It'll be fine. It'll be fun. Let's go to our man from Line of Sight Gaming. And it is not Tatfa. No, it's Tovo. Hey, Tovo.
Hey, it's
How
me.
are you?
I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have a bit of a cold.
Okay.
And part of it's because Sharku's here, and then the other part is I call it Overwatch fever.
Sure.
That's what I have. So
Yeah, Overwatch.
that's what I have.
I like it. I like the Overwatch fever. I think it's catching. We'll see. Of course, Shark does not have it.
He just passes it. He doesn't have it.
Right. So let's just go. Let's go to Shark. Hi, Shark.
Refresh. Hold on. Refresh.
No.
Refresh.
Nope.
F5.
Nope.
If it's not, I still don't have it.
Sorry, Shark.
It's not.
Sorry, buddy.
I signed up like moments before they announced it. After it, I was on my phone.
Don't worry. It's not that good of a game. I played it for hours and hours and
Yeah,
hours.
it's not that great. I just checked out every single hero this afternoon on my live stream, and you know, whatever.
It's just hard to realize that Blizzard doesn't consider me friends or family.
Well, tough
No, man,
bounce.
it's hard being on here on the other side, guys, with the guys that don't have the beta invite yet. It's coming though. I know it's coming. Everyone's going to be playing soon, so
it is.
that'll be okay. But man, watched a lot of fun streams today. You know what made it worth it for me though?
What?
Zug, it was watching your stream and
Really?
watching you die over and over.
Yeah, I was so
over
terrible.
to the easy AI. You just kept getting wiped.
Yeah. No. Well, I was trying to. Well, part of it was that I was trying to play like support heroes and stuff like that. And when you don't have anybody to support, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it does get a little silly.
Yeah.
Support them to death.
Some of those were pretty cool. We'll talk about that in the BattleNet news, though. Let's save that for later in the show. So if you want to hear more about Overwatch, you got to listen to the rest of the show. Sounds like a fair trade, I think, right? So other than Overwatch, what have you guys been up to? Tovo, what have you been up to, man?
I've been pretty bummed out that I haven't been raiding at all. Our team that we talked about before on other shows isn't raiding anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking into maybe setting something else up in the future, but for right now, we're just going to play the game that will not be named for a while, the beta. And like a week or two, the last week or two, when I haven't been on the show, I've been attempting to get better at heroes.
Mm-hmm.
But now that Overwatch is here, it's
too late.
all hands on deck. So.
It's too late. What is Heroes of the Storm? What is it? I don't know. Not anymore. And Shark, since the last time you were on, buddy, you actually started up your raid team. How's it going?
We did
to hardcores?
We are firing on all cylinders, man. We've got 8 of 13 normal down already.
Wow.
Over half of the raid. 2 weeks.
Nice work.
Very nice.
We
Congratulations.
got a great team going together. And it looks like we might even push into her. I'm sure we'll be pushing into heroics before Legion happens.
Sure.
So that'll be really, really cool. But yeah, we've had a lot of fun, and we're fulled up. We are fulled up. 32 members on my roster.
Wow,
So
you even have a bench.
Yep. Well, and the reason I made it, we're a very casual team. There are a couple people that said, I really want to raid with you guys, and Saturdays are usually awesome, but there's going to be times where I miss and this and that family stuff. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I've got, like 4 or 5 tanks. So if both of the tanks don't show up, we've got backups.
Wow.
It's one of those things where, we've just got people that are getting together, wanting to play. And the first 30 people to log on get to play, So we're having a lot of fun, and I will be keeping. I've frozen recruitment for now, but those of you that are interested, pay attention to my Twitter, pay attention to this show. Mm-hmm. If I ever open up recruitment, it's all about playing with the community, man. I love the CTR community. I love the guys that listen to the show, and we'd love to get you in. So keep an eye open. But it's going great.
Right on. Yeah, and actually, we were talking last week about the whole mount thing with the next patch, 6.2.3. They're going to have the moose mount and all this kind of stuff, and it got me, thinking that maybe we should just do something. Since this show is called Convert to Raid, maybe we should just convert to Raid and bring in whoever wants to come get this moose mount and get everybody their mount. So that might be a thing that we're doing in the nearish future. We'll keep you posted on the show and stuff like that, and see exactly what's going on. But there is hope out there for people, and
so what you're saying is there's going to be a convert to raid,
right? And then we'll do a convert to raid, and then
a convert to raid.
Well, yeah, we'll have fun. We'll do heroics, and we'll try to get up to Archimon and beat that bad boy.
No, that sounds awesome. I can't wait to hear more about that. I'm really excited. I'll be there. You get it together. I'm there. Let's do it.
We'll try to bring in like the guys from Convert to Mythic, and so I mean like guys that are experienced with it, and then bring in a few listeners or guildies or whoever, and try to complete that stuff, and we'll set it up through open raid or whatever as well as we go down the line, and hopefully it'll be like a weekly thing where we can get people their moose mount and move on. So yeah, should be good.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it now.
We
shut
can't,
the show down.
We can't do it now. 6.2.3 is not here yet.
Oh, you're right.
We haven't even been to BlizzCon yet.
What? Where?
BlizzCon.
That coming up?
BlizzCon. Yeah. That's why we're not having a show next week.
Oh my god.
So soon.
It is so soon. Oh. Next. Do you have your?
I'm gonna start packing.
Shark, put your pants on.
Oh, okay.
Put your pants on before you do stuff like that. Before you get up from your chair. I just want to remind everybody about something that we are doing at BlizzCon. First of all, the night before. The night before BlizzCon on the Thursday night, we'll be at the Con Before the Storm between 6 and 7:30. I think we'll be manning a table for the Well Played Party, which is the following evening. And at the Well Played Party, it's going to be Anaheim Hilton Ballroom, 2nd floor, November 6th. That's the Friday, 7 to 11 p.m. And there will be music. There will be giveaways, of course. There's a free photo booth. We will be live streaming it. So if you guys are not going to BlizzCon, you can still check out the party, and we'll have a host of that. Cuddles is actually going to be hosting it from the guild. And so it should be really fun. And if you are going, we will have a full bar up there, which is important when you are at the Hilton. I think everybody's like, oh my God, the lines are so long for the bar. Oh, there's a party? Let's go there.
Bar. It is a cash bar, right?
Yeah.
You're not buying everybody drinks?
No, we didn't make the we needed like 25 grand to get a full,
Come on, guys, that's nothing.
To get a free bar from the Kickstarter. We didn't get that much. So that's all right. That's okay. But it should be a really good time. Looking forward to meeting everybody. I hope that if you're going to the con, that you can make it to the Well Played Party, because we'll all be there. And if not, that's cool. Come up and say hi to any of us at any time, and introduce yourselves, and don't be afraid. We don't bite. Well, Shark does, but
Yeah, he's a shark.
Yeah. It's a loving bite though.
Yeah.
Or something.
Kind of like when your dog nibbles.
Oh,
you're my best friend. I'll show you with my teeth.
right.
I'm so weird. Why am I on this show?
Because you're weird. Because you are
Dork of the Week.
There you go.
There we go.
You made it. You made it, buddy.
What I've always dreamed of.
Wow. Anyway, before we get to the rest of the news and stuff like that, because there is actually some news that I want to cover, and even though as we approach BlizzCon, of course, like everything is tightening up because they're waiting for the big release in a week and a half, so to speak. So yeah, there's not going to be much news over the next week and a half. They're waiting now. But one of the things that was announced, which I thought was really cool, was that Activision Blizzard has brought in TV veteran Steve Bornstein to head the new eSports division of Activision Blizzard. New division of this is huge, guys. This is really huge.
It is.
And they brought serious business.
They brought in one of the dudes who co-founded MLG, and they brought in Steve Bornstein, who's from the NFL and these are major guys, right?
This guy, it's just especially Bornstein. This guy he was CEO of ESPN, CEO of NFL Network. He was the president of ABC. Like, he's huge deal. He knows what he's doing. I think it's great for Blizzard Activision. And the fact that they are putting this guy, I mean, I'm sure that he does not come cheap. Same thing with Mike Sepso, who's the guy from MLG, Major League Gaming. Like, these guys did not come cheap. They are spending money to bring them over and to work for Blizzard Activision. This is what the kind of stuff we were talking about. Oh, how do we make the esports, the Blizzard becoming big in the esport? This is it. This is what they do. I think a buddy of mine was talking about how Overwatch already had. He said they already have like 6 or 7 pro teams formed. Yeah, they do. Because it's going to be a thing. It's going to be. I can't wait. This is going to be great for all of the Blizzard esports games.
Yeah, esports is here to stay. I mean, all of the influencers now are people that grew up, with video games, and it's the popularity of these esports, the money behind these esports is it's finally getting to the point where it needs to be taken seriously, and a hire like this at Blizzard, I mean, this is the third division, right? There's Activision, there's Blizzard.
Yep.
I mean, they're merged, but then there's this division,
right?
I mean, the money and influence behind this stuff is insane, and I'm really excited to see what they had to say about it at BlizzCon this year.
Yeah, and the fact that, I mean, obviously they'll probably start with Blizzard and Activision games as far as what they do for tournaments and how they kind of structure around those different things. But they're a different division, so they don't have to. They're not tied to either Activision or to Blizzard games. So it's kind of cool, and it kind of gives them a lot of freedom. Huge investment, once again, huge. And I guess we'll see exactly where it takes us. But I mean, this was one of the things I said a few weeks ago. If you think that Blizzard isn't all about esports, you just wait, because something's going to be happening with esports. I know that they're building all of the different tools that they need for tournaments and to make sure that broadcasts can happen, and so they're building all of these different tools, and you can see it if you're looking for these little bits of news and going, oh, more esports. Like, I know a lot of people have been hired into the esports side of things for Blizzard, and so it's just kind of like very cool to see this big, bold move from Activision Blizzard, from the parent company. So I'm so looking forward to it. Do you think, now let's go through a couple of questions I have for you guys. What do you guys think that this means for Blizzard games in particular, and what does this mean for WoW ratings, since we are a WoW rating show? And I'm going to start. Shark, what do you think of what it's going to do for these games?
Yeah, we'll start with the games first.
Sure.
I mean, I think it's going to, first of all, the fact that they're putting all this money into bringing these guys over means that they're not afraid to spend money on these games. They're not afraid to put money in prize pools to generate interest in the games and in the competitions, to generate community and professional community around these games. They've already got a lot of that with StarCraft, but this is, I think that they've embraced Hearthstone as a huge esport, as well as Heroes of the Storm as a competitive esport. I think it's all it's going to do is grow these games, make them bigger and bigger. I know that there's been some stuff going on with Heroes of the Storm with their matchmaking system, and people are complaining. One of the fixes is more people. Have more people for matchmaking. And so this is one of the small things that I think they're trying to do to get more people involved into the game, get a bigger scene, and it could be really, really good. Now, the non-esport games, I think, benefit as well. I think it's the reason I play the games that I play is because I started playing World of Warcraft. I would have never played Diablo or StarCraft or any of that stuff, but I started playing World of Warcraft, and I got into these other games.
Right. I think most people can actually say that, too.
Yeah, or one or the other. Like, they started with StarCraft and ended up joining a raid team in Warcraft. And, it's the way Blizzard games kind of work. The fact that I know a lot of people that came from Magic the Gathering to Hearthstone and then started playing Warcraft because they wanted to know about the lore of the cards. But anyway, it's going to be good for them as well. And as far as ratings concerned, I don't know. I do not see rating being any type of esport. We've got the world's first competition that has, the past few years kind of taken a dip, I think, in at least popularity and even competition. Look at last, it was, is it going to be Paragon or Method? No one else was kind of even close.
Right.
So I'm not really sure how it affects that as far as rating as competition. I don't know if it affects rating at all. I think people that enjoy rating are going to keep rating, other than the fact that it might bring more people into World of Warcraft because they love these other Blizzard games. They're like, oh, well, wow, it's a Blizzard game. Let's give that a shot.
Sure. But don't you think that, Tovo, do you think that they're maybe de-emphasizing rating, or do you, I'm not sure if they are or not, but do you feel that way or what with a move like this? Oh, I can't hear you. You must have muted yourself.
Audio.
You must have muted yourself.
Nobody wants to hear him talking.
No, nobody wants to hear him. Nope, it's not you. Oh, hey, there you are. Hi, buddy.
Me?
Yeah,
okay.
I got you now.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
No worries.
It's Sharku's on the show, so everything's going to go wrong. So,
right, of course.
Love this guy.
I mean, I don't know. It could hurt or help. I think that they, with this type of hire and this type of investment, as far as promoting the world first race, that could maybe be more of a thing, and it might get more interest in this whole thing. Who knows? I mean, there's a lot of different things that could happen. I don't even know if they know for sure, but I'm just gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and see what happens. But I don't think necessarily it's gonna hurt unless these other things just make so much more money.
Right.
Than WoW.
I think they already are. I mean, it seems to me, they were talking about, we saw a report come out, I think, summer sometime, where it said that Hearthstone made $30 million a month or something like that. I mean, it was just something ludicrous, right?
Right.
From a free game, and you're like, oh my God, that's a ton of money. Yeah, yes. Hearthstone is a huge deal. So
they call it a free game, but they get you every time.
Right. And Heroes of the Storm. Oh my gosh, you have to buy all your heroes. What?
Right. But the Warcraft subs are nothing to sneeze at, though.
No, they still aren't.
It's still a big deal.
What was the last count? 5 million something? 5 point something?
I don't remember.
But
something like that.
Yeah, it's still not chump change at all. Not at all.
Back in the day, I remember when it was over 11 million. We were in Ice Crown and we were having a blast.
Yep. That's about when I came to the party too. It was a good time to come to
Oh,
the party.
that's what happened. We peaked at 11 million. And
It was my fault.
Joined the game.
It was
and
my
everybody's
fault.
like, no, that healer is terrible, and I'm going to quit the game.
Well,
before I
hold on a sec. I was playing a hunter or a DK at the time.
Oh,
so I was being blamed for everything anyway.
Don't blame hunters.
I was being blamed anyway.
And don't blame DKs either. Cut that out.
Yeah, you play a DK. Tovo, you play a hunter. You know what's going on here, fellas.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Amazing. But no, and Tovo's point is right. I mean, WoW still makes a lot of money.
Sure.
But if these games, let's just look at it logically from a business standpoint.
Sure.
If these other games, especially something like Hearthstone, which has a much smaller team than WoW does, start making more money than WoW does, would you not put more emphasis in those games?
Right.
I don't know. I'm not saying, I'm in no way saying that I swear to God the internet's going to explode tomorrow and be like, Sharku said WoW's dead. I don't think that. I really don't think that. And I would love for WoW to go for another 10 years. I love this game
right.
so much. And it honestly keeps getting better. It still holds interest for me. I'm still having fun playing it. But, eventually things are going to change. Something's moving on. Blizzard is already changing. When I started playing World of Warcraft, it was World of Warcraft. Mm-hmm. That was the Blizzard game. They didn't even have Diablo 3 or StarCraft 2. It was pretty much just World of Warcraft. They had old StarCraft, but it's, I don't know.
Well, and it was kind of you were in one camp or the other as far as StarCraft 2 went,
or
Warcraft. I mean, it was like you were one or the other. It wasn't you or both. It was just like, oh, you play World of Warcraft. Oh, you play SC2. There wasn't a lot of mixing as far as I could tell, anyway.
Yeah, it wasn't. And then when they came out with Diablo 3, StarCraft 2, especially when they came out with Hearthstone, I mean,
yeah.
Well,
and then it was just this mishmash, right? I mean, they kept on adding games, which is great. I love these games. Trust me, I really love these games. I love Hearthstone. I play that regularly. I play that pretty much daily. I play Heroes of the Storm quite a bit. Maybe not as much as the other ones, but and I'm still playing WoW, but it's kind of like, okay, my time is limited, so where am I going to put my time? And so now I have to make choices. So I think Blizzard's model, and if I understand it correctly, and what I would go with is they produce phenomenal games. Yeah,
they produce the best games in the genre that they make. And they don't like competing with each other. I don't think we're ever going to see 2 MMOs. I don't think we're ever going to see 2 RTSs. I think that they're going to make games that are different enough that they're not really competing with each other.
Yep.
And you're going to play them all. Sure. That's their idea. Come in for this awesome game. Try this awesome game, which is a different experience, but still the top tier. And that's how Blizzard's going to make their money. So I feel like as long as they don't have another MMO, I think WoW's it. And I think that they're going, as long as MMOs are popular, WoW's going to be around. And
this could actually help. Yeah. I mean, this esports move, as far as making the new division. Yeah. Well, and I think it might actually help WoW PvP a little bit. I mean,
they can figure out a way to make it. Right now, it's not. It's just kind of hard to watch. Not really in. I mean, they still have arena finals and stuff at BlizzCon, but
I'm really looking forward to seeing the changes that they have in store for Legion, because all those PvP changes that they're going to make, they're going to just say, you know what, your talents for PvE are not the same as for PvP. Great, awesome, do it.
They're gutting the system and making something completely new. Alinka's working his butt off to get that going on, and I am with you. I can't wait to see it.
So much hope.
It won't just be roll a hunter and win anymore. In low-level PvP.
Tovo, you're screwed.
I'm not a Frost Mage or anything, so I wouldn't know anything about just winning.
Yeah, says the Frost Mage / DK.
Right. Both. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, you were talking about the stuff going on. I think has it already started? I think some of it has already started for Blizzard they're doing like the prelims this week. So make sure to check out Twitter and all the different, websites and stuff like that for where you can find all these different playoffs that are happening, because there's Hearthstone, there's Heroes, there's WoW PvP all happening this week before BlizzCon, and they're all getting ready. There will be some eliminations that you won't see unless you go check it out online this week. And then we get to cheer everybody on next week. I'm so looking forward to BlizzCon, guys.
I don't have any idea what to I can't get excited because I don't know what to expect. So I'm just
this is your first time, right?
I'm just gonna pack my bag and get a couple drinks and see what happens.
Dude,
let Sharku carry me around on his shoulders.
So much fun.
I'll do it.
So much fun. Oh, are you staying near the convention center?
We're in the Hilton. So.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you're right in the heart of it then.
We will be at the Well Played party at some point. So
awesome. That's cool.
I have to crawl or wheelbarrowed in.
I can tell you what to expect. You can expect lots of spicy water, lots of it. And this is all, and then there's the con. The con is fine. But then there's all the people that you'll meet in the Hilton bar.
A few interesting smells. Those will happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unfortunately. And
anytime you get large groups of people together, there's always like, I've never smelled that before. What that is.
And then so the first day of BlizzCon, there will be a couple of guys that are really, really, really hungover. And it's bad. I think it was Torage. Was last 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
Oh, he was hurting.
I went to the party and met Pat, and I was like, oh, hey. And he's like, oh, yeah, you have to meet everybody. Here's Petunia, here's Darius, here's Coltrane. Yeah. And Torage was here earlier, but probably won't.
But he had to go.
Because he was not feeling well.
He was not feeling well. Right. So, but it's a ton of fun, and I hope that if you're for those guys out there, if you're not going, you're going to be watching on virtual ticket. It's equal. It's a good show through there as well. I've watched it through there as well, and it should be fun. They've got their lineup of really great people that'll be MCing that show. So yeah, Will Wheaton, look out.
Will Wheaton.
That's it.
Family Guy is his name forever.
Yeah.
Sorry, Will.
All right, let's go to some raiding news.
Calling all raiders from around World of Warcraft land. This is raiding news.
All right, it's time to check out what's happening in raiding news around the worlds of Warcrafts. And we talked about some of this stuff last week, and we talked about it here as well. 6.2.3 is coming in, and I don't think we necessarily touched on everything because we covered like the following: Arena Season 3, cool. New Time Walking Dungeons, the expansion of eye levels. We covered the Moose Mount. I don't think we covered Cross-Realm Mythic rating for some reason. I think it was because we got into this heated Valor discussion, and everybody just kind of took over everything, and then we ran late. So I wanted to bring it up.
Cross-Realm Mythic rating is happening.
Cross-Realm Mythic rating is going to be a thing with 6.2.3. So Tovo, maybe there's hope to get the team back together, right?
Maybe. The first thing I thought when I saw this was people are going to be making so much gold because they're going to be selling. So many teams are going to be selling these runs now because it's just open up to everybody and anybody. This is something that had to happen. With the way that the game is right now and the negativity that a lot of people are having towards it. Any option that they can open up, to add another carrot on the stick to chase is something that needed to happen. So people are going to be able to recruit this way, on the hopes that, Legion is going to restore a couple of the things that they're looking for in the game. It's going to be a huge tool that needed to go in, and maybe I will partake at some point.
Right.
We'll see.
Well, I'm glad that it's here, that it's coming anyway. Although, how far are we in? We're 4 or 5 months in.
Oh, and a new arena season just starting soon.
On Hellfire. But I mean, we've been fighting Hellfire Citadel since the end of June. So it kind of feels a little, I mean, I know that Darius talked about this last week, and he was saying that it feels a little late. Feels like a little late to the party. You know what I mean?
It is late, but it's better than nothing at this point. You know, they had to do something.
Right.
They, you know, with all of these changes, adding Valor, adding the Moose Mount to, you know, the heroic Archimond. I mean, they're trying to just add what they can. The mistakes were made early on, and they're trying to just, you know, salvage what they can, and people's, you know, what the collective thinks about everything. And
right.
if they can do this to bring a few people back, then it's going to work. You know, just the same with the Moose Mount. You know, it motivated you to want to try to get something together. You know, and it's just one other thing that the Mythic teams were dying at an alarming rate from what, you know, I was seeing, and this is just one thing to help, you know, solidify the teams going forward. So it's a good thing. It is a little late.
Well, there were it did seem like that teams that tried Mythic and didn't do so hot, like, just failed like right away, right? So
yeah, they didn't get too many bosses in. I think Gorfiend was the real bad one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was just a wall that everybody, you know, whenever you go 3 or 4 bosses in, and then you hit this other boss that takes you hundreds and hundreds of attempts. It's not the final boss. It's not even, you know, halfway. It's pretty demoralizing, and that's what people were running up against.
Right. I just remember like Ultraxian and Elisrazor. I mean, these are like the walls that Blizzard puts up, and you're like, oh my god, if only I could do this. And then they nerf the hell out of it, and then you're like, oh, blow past this boss, blow past the next boss, blow past the next boss. Fine, good. I don't know.
Yeah,
you remember that? I remember
man.
Yeah.
Siegecrafter Blackfuse.
Blackfuse was a no. He was
at least they were
that
towards
killed
the end,
asparagus.
he was a guy, all right. So Shark, when are you going to take your team Mythic and do this
that's
thing?
not happening. That's not going to happen.
You got 32 people. Come on.
Yeah, I've got 32 people that are all really excited about being on a casual team. No, we're not. I make sure that my Raiders understand that we are not going to attempt Mythic. We're not even going to attempt, because it's going to put unrealistic expectations out there for people. As far as my team is concerned, now, those of you that are listening to this podcast that are on my team, I'm not saying you're not good enough. As a matter of fact, I might be interested in, possibly, depending on how much I'm into the game, trying to form some sort of Mythic team at the end of tier to be able to try to get some stuff done. But as far as to hardcores is concerned, the structure of that team, we're going to keep it the way it is. If we clear heroic and start farming, then awesome. But that's as far as I'm willing to go with that.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
mainly because I don't even want to attempt to lead a Mythic raid. I want to do that.
And it's tough. I mean, when you're at the end of an expansion too, I mean, there's a lot of just kind of like casual attitudes just kind of set in, especially the later you go into the last part of the expansion. Attitudes just kind of get a lot more casual. They're just trying to finish up whatever they've got on their bucket list for that expansion, and then they're gonna pretty much stop. So
yeah, and I want to keep this team casual, that sort of feel, everybody having a good time. And when we stop raiding for a couple weeks or months before Legion comes out, then we'll be playing Heroes or Hearthstone or StarCraft or whatever other non-Blizzard games.
Right.
Got Fallout 4.
Well, we'll be playing Overwatch. I don't know about you.
Right. We will actually we'll be playing it tomorrow probably, or later tonight, or whenever.
Thank you all
in an hour.
So much. I'm going to play Here's the Storm and get pro and make bajillions of dollars.
There you go. That's the way to do it too. Do it, please. So they added a bunch of things to 6.2.3, which is coming soon. TM, of course. And this will help everybody kind of extend this expansion and all that kind of stuff. Do you think? Let's see. Are we going to hear more about... I think we're going to hear more about the beta at BlizzCon. Do you guys have any predictions on beta for Legion? Tovo, I'll go to you first.
They just need to hurry up. As far as a prediction, I don't know, because like you were saying, the Arena Season 3 is going to start with the next patch.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know those can take a long time. And you said, we're 5 months in?
Yeah.
To this current, I mean, that's a long time to be waiting.
Yep.
So It has to start soon. I mean,
Right.
a month after BlizzCon.
So they'll say tomorrow.
That they better
next
because
week. It's available today.
Yeah, exactly.
And everybody at BlizzCon gets beta. Wouldn't that be great?
If they can get this out as soon as possible, I mean, they're going to have way more information than we already know, obviously. So, that's.
Oh, come on. We lost him again.
I lost you. You.
What?
Your mute button went rogue. And you play a hunter, so that's weird. So that's really weird. What?
He got silencing shot.
Yeah.
There he is. You're back.
I'm back.
Yeah, you're back.
It's a wire. I don't know what's going on.
Loose wire.
Yeah.
Fire hazard.
I don't know what I stopped saying, but the last thing you heard. But if they can give us all this information and then build that hype and then give us the beta relatively soon after that, they might be able to salvage their way through this. With all the changes in the new the new patch, with the adding the Valor, adding the Moose Mountain, and having the Cross Realm Mythic. It can maybe they can salvage this and get us back on track to playing the game that we really love. So
right on. Shark, how about you? Predictions for WoW for BlizzCon, especially with beta.
I'll sell you my WoW beta for an Overwatch beta.
Done. Actually, it doesn't work that way. I don't think.
If I get one, I'll trade it to anybody any day of the week. I'm not well, and this is also, you've got to understand me. I hate playing in WoW betas. I hate it. Because I want to experience the content after I stayed up till 3 a.m. my time to watch the thing flip over and go live. It's that's always been the experience for me. I don't, not that I don't like spoilers, but I don't want to play it. I don't really want to. I just want to get in there and go. When I started raiding more hardcore, I would get in the beta and practice the way my character was going to be, so I'd be ready for raids. But but yeah, I don't really. The WoW beta doesn't really.
Hold on.
Excite me nearly as much as a new IP. Something like that. I would be. I can't. I just can't. I'm all Blizzard hype, Overwatch hype, crazy, salty right now. Because I'm not playing Overwatch.
Right.
But no. As far as predictions are concerned, I agree with Tatva. I mean, it needs to come soon.
Tovo.
Or at least, or Tova.
Either way.
Both, yeah. They're the same person, aren't they?
We are the same.
Yeah. They're Tovo and Tatva from Line of Sight Gaming. I got to memorize. It's really hard. Anyway, I agree with Tovo. It's something has to happen. Either an announce of a beta. I saw in the chat room people are saying trailer. Someone has even said maybe they can have sort of annual pass incentive tied to things. I don't know.
I think that's done.
I don't think they're going to do that again either. But I don't know.
I'm hoping that they say
one of those things that would, if you can get something with an annual pass to get something else, that locks someone in for an entire year. That's money that they're getting for an entire year. So I don't know. Right. It's an interesting thing. It keeps someone engaged. But
sure.
But yeah, they do have to kind of do something because the World of Warcraft is rocky right now. I think people are excited about Legion and want to move on from what a lot of people consider to be a disappointment in Warlords.
Sure. And I really hope that they announce this thing and they say it's coming in the fall anyway. That would be amazing. If Legion was coming in the fall, that would be fantastic. Yeah. I'd be like, all right, that means that we have, if you think of it as a normal beta, it would be 5 or 6 months until Legion is ready to go. Awesome. That's great. I love that. And really get a chance to see all the new artwork get a chance to get a feel for what Legion is going to be like. That's always cool. I don't play betas really heavy for World of Warcraft, but I'll play the new thing. I'll play, Demon Hunter. Sure, for a little bit and see what it's like and check out some of the new stuff that's going on. So, yeah, it should be cool. But yeah, I really hope that they can get it in this year for sure. I think they need to do it. I think Tovo or Tatva, whatever your name is, I think you're right on that. So,
yep, sooner the better.
Yeah, we're gonna. I think we're gonna skip to BattleNet News now because we're running a little long today, and so we will do that. It's time. For the BattleNet News, new stuff for the video folks. Let's take a look at the big headlines happening around other Blizzard games. Let's see. StarCraft 2. Not much. Just waiting on the new expansion. Diablo? No. Hearthstone? Not really, no. Heroes. Let's talk about Heroes real quick. Because Artanis is out if you bought StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Right, Shark?
Yeah, and I did.
You did? And have you been playing Artanis?
I think he's great. I think he's super, super solid. He's something. I mean, maybe I haven't quite figured him out yet, and other people haven't, and lots of things. But I can tell you one story of his ability is that he gains shields for attacking. Right. His trait is that there's a cooldown, and every time the cooldown is up, when he gets hit, he gets this big shield, and you can talent into it and things to reduce that cooldown to give him bigger shields. I know I went wailing on the wall, and the wall was at about 40%, and I was there by myself. The healer was keeping me up a little bit, but there were 5 guys on me and a healer.
Oof.
They all were attacking me because I was low, and the healer, between the healer and my shields, at level 20 something, it was not this huge level disparity. We were pretty close in levels. If they might have even been a little bit ahead because it just wiped my team. I stayed alive.
Right.
I stayed alive. He can be incredibly tanky and puts out an immense amount of damage. He's a really cool character, and it's awesome to have a StarCraft tank.
C-Pains in the chat room just said that Artanis got nerfed today.
Oh, he got nerfed today?
Today.
Thanks,
I wasn't
Sharku.
paying any attention because I'm watching. I was hitting refresh for 8 hours.
Right. You're just watching your Overwatch bin.
Just crying. One solid tear. It was just it was a lot
tear.
of it was a lot of crying, but it was just a solid stream.
Right. Oh man. But is he fun to play, and he's a good hero to at least mess around with a little bit?
I have a lot of fun with him, and we'll see. But I'll have to double check on the nerf. I kind of caught by, like I said, I wasn't preparing for too much Heroes talk today. Just the experience I've had this, but I think he's a lot of fun.
Cool.
They're correct. There's another in the chat room as well, saying that it's a percentage of health. He only gets the shield when he's below 50%.
Gotcha.
So that is true. But I found a lot of success. Especially it was the combo that we were using was Jaina, Tassadar, and Artanis. His ultimate ability, you can put a beam on somebody, and if that somebody if somebody's slowed, that they can't run away from the beam, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you throw Jaina out there with and then Tassadar to let Artanis get below 50% health, and then shield him, and then Artanis's shields kick in as well. That can be a really, really great heal combo as well. So
cool.
But yeah, lots of fun, lots of interesting things to try out today. And he did seem really powerful to me, and other people weren't figuring him out. But I was like, this guy seems really, really great. So the fact that he was nerfed doesn't surprise me. I can't wait to see exactly what it is, and we'll figure it out.
Sure. Well, of course, the big news today was Overwatch. Well, unless of course you didn't get it.
I'll let you. I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll let you guys talk.
Sharku, did you get the beta invite? I don't remember.
Much salt.
Oh man.
Much salt. Many salts. And this is a closed beta, guys. So I mean, this is not going to be for everybody, unfortunately. And I know that there was a lot of things being said on Twitter, ranty type things in forums, and trolls everywhere were just piling into the pile.
It's just because the hype behind it's so big. People really, really, really want to play.
Yeah.
So of course, people are going to get really upset when they see all these streamers have it. I mean, of course, the streamers are going to get it because they want to promote the game to everybody. You know. So, but yeah, everyone's really, really excited, and it's just a bummer that everybody couldn't get in. But there's going to be stress test weekends that a lot of people are going to get invited to try to test out the servers. Sharku.
Sure.
You can play with us then.
I'll play then.
Yep.
You guys will have all this time to practice, and I'll still come in and be better. So,
well, because I'm not very good at FPS games, and so really, I'm going to be horrible at this game. But just so I went in, and actually Tovo, you and I both went in and kind of did the same thing. We played against the AI, and I just played all the different characters against the AI, and sometimes it was 1-on-1, sometimes it was 2-on-1. But I was kind of upset that I didn't get teammates. The more AI's guys that I put in there. So
yeah, no, I had the same problem. I heard, I was by myself. You start out at your spawn point, and I could hear someone coming, and I was like, all right, well, this is going to be great. I'm going to practice on my abilities. And then 2 more of their friends came without any backup for me.
Right.
So like I immediately die.
Sitting
and
duck.
And there's no point even playing that way. So yeah, if we could get some teammates to help out whenever we add bots, that would be great.
That'd be awesome.
It is a closed beta. So
yeah. Exactly.
One thing I did want to talk about with Overwatch quick was how beautiful the art is.
Oh.
I mean, so you can watch streams of it all day long, but until you have that full screen on your screen, Sharku, and you go through all the different heroes and the menus, even the menus are amazing. So it's I'm pretty hyped, and I have the fever. So
right.
I'm ready to play some more.
Now, do you, out of the stuff and of course, this is just all first impression stuff, and
right.
It's not really anything major. I haven't played any games yet. I haven't actually played any with, other folks. It was just me against the AI, and I was just testing them out, seeing what they were doing. Do you have any favorites, Tovo?
So we went right in, and Tatva and I were playing on stream earlier, and we went right in and just started playing. He loves Tracer, is right up his alley, just darting around, getting behind enemy lines, flanking, and then immediately getting back out. And I'm more of a snipey, think about where I want to be, set up my big, huge cannon.
So were you like a McCree type of guy?
Actually, I played a lot of, can't remember her name, Widowmaker. I played a lot of her.
Yeah.
And I also played a lot of the robot guy who turns into a turret.
Bastion.
Bastion. I love Bastion.
Oh, he's cool. He's
great.
He's awesome.
Yeah. So what his main ability is he turns himself into a turret who has a shield in front of him. So basically what your gameplay for him is to just find a spot, a tactical position, depending on what the objective is, and sort of set up shop. And I played a lot of Widowmaker. I think was my favorite. She's just too powerful. Like if you have a good player with a Widowmaker, we had one guy have 43 unique kills or something.
Wow.
That was against us, so we didn't have a good game. But
no, that's a great game for them.
What they do is they have at the end of the match, it's a play of the match or something like that. I forget exactly what it's called.
Sure.
But it takes the view of the person who's doing it, and you just see them just murder like 6 people in a row. And whenever we had this Widowmaker on our team, the play of the match, they got an 8 kill streak within the few seconds of the match that they showed of the match. It was terrible. It was insane. So, but yeah, no, the game is so fun, and it's a bummer that the people didn't get in. But like I said, it's just because everyone wants in. So that's why. Well, I'm so upset about it.
And the hype train is huge on this game. I mean, it is a huge hype train, and it's only it's being fueled by streamers right now, and by fortunately or unfortunately, it's podcasters and streamers and other reviewers and stuff like that, and it sucks for those people that really want to get in, those people that have been long Blizzard fans that haven't gotten in yet, but just have faith. I mean, this happens all the time during closed betas where they just have to make decisions, and that's the way that it goes. So,
and I think this is something I can talk about, being someone that didn't get in.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Oh,
right.
God, will you just cut his thing? Anyway, but no, Zug, you're absolutely right. I mean, this is the way betas work.
Yeah.
I I want more than anything. I tweeted last night, like literally the only thing I wanted for today was to be able to play Overwatch. That's all I want in the universe. World peace, screw it. I want to play Overwatch. It shows you how much of a horrible person I am. But moving on from that, this is it's business. I mean, it's incredibly smart by Blizzard to selectively release their game to popular streamers, podcaster, people that are going to be able to get out there and tell us how awesome the game is, make us salivate, make our mouths water, and can't wait. And then when they start releasing those stress test weekends, who knows when it's going to come? It could come the weekend after BlizzCon to combat some huge FPS coming out like Fallout 4. Who knows?
It probably will. I mean, something has got to fall right there, right?
Who knows how these sorts of things are going to happen? And then they said they're going to continue to release waves of the closed beta.
Right.
People are going to get in. Some people are going to get in soon. Some people are going to get in late. But we're all going to get in. And soon, and very soon, the game will be live. And we'll be playing it all together. However, I'm interested to see what the pricing model is going to be like.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll talk to us a little bit about that at BlizzCon, or still working it out. Who knows? But maybe it's going to be a MOBA model like
Heroes,
like Here's the Storm. Or I know people have talked about going away from that, because the thing about Overwatch is you have to choose different characters throughout the match. It's not like you're just playing one character. Part of the strategy is playing one character at different times depending on what's going on, right? So I don't think that MOBA system's going to work where you pay for your characters individually. I think it's going to be a chunk game. I think it's going to be $50 on the table and you get the game. And then they'll have some DLC type stuff, but I think that makes more sense. But anyway, who knows? I totally changed the subject.
Yeah, and I think it would be DLC, and I think it would be like, XP boosts or something like that, or
XP boost, skins, those sorts of things. Yeah. But you pay for the game and then it's free to play. That sounds like something that would work for this game, but who knows what they're going to come out with. That's what I think makes the most sense.
Sure.
Because I think that selectively releasing the characters and the fact that you have to buy more characters with gold or whatever, I don't think it fits for this game, because you're almost obligated to get all the characters, because part of this, like I said, part of the strategy is switching in between them.
Yep. I
think you need to have all the characters. Then when new characters come out, then maybe you can purchase for DLC, but it should start with that base set of characters.
Yeah. I sort of disagree with that a little bit. I think that would work, but the way that it seems like the menus are set up, so you have all these characters that fit this particular role. So you don't necessarily have to have each individual character, because there's a few that will fit, whatever you're trying to accomplish. I mean, I think both will work fine, but they definitely need something to generate revenue. Like you guys were saying with skins or hats. I don't know, whatever.
Hats.
There has to be something.
Darius is excited. I'm sure, even though he's not even on the show and probably didn't even hear that, just the mention of hats he loves, because he bought those $15 hats.
Somewhere in Seattle, all of a sudden he goes, "Did someone say hats?
Did someone say hats? I love hats." Amazing.
So
no, but that makes sense. They absolutely do. Like I said, I think if you start with a base group and say, here is the game, $49.99 Overwatch, boom, and you've got all 12 heroes or however many they have in the base set, then you start releasing characters the way that HOTS does over a month or two in between, and you start selling them for DLC, and they're $15-$20 for the DLC pack, and you get the character, a skin, this and that and the other. I think that would probably be, I don't know, I just feel like if they don't have, if the idea is to have all of these characters so you can switch in between them, it makes it feel like you have to have that. So it feels a little pay to play or pay to win for me, if that makes sense.
Right.
Because you have to have the option to switch between the characters. If you only have one character, you're at a disadvantage from everybody else.
Yeah.
So it becomes pay to win, and, in a sense. And I think that there's got to be a gray area somewhere where they can still have revenue making, have microtransaction type.
And they can do the same thing that they've done with Heroes with gold, and the options are kind of there.
Yeah.
So that go ahead.
I was going to say, to defend heroes, I know earlier we were talking about how you have to pay for heroes and stuff. And now Randy, one of the members of Adults with Jobs that won the Frog Pants competition, completely free-to-play account.
Yeah.
He has never spent a dime on Heroes of the Storm.
Which is awesome.
And he has a bunch of heroes. He just plays a lot, grinds out that gold, and buys heroes with his gold.
Yeah.
He doesn't even buy stim packs. It's completely free-to-play. So
I was never as passionate about this this continued money-making thing until I played a lot of Diablo. And that's the one major thing that is wrong with Diablo right now, is that they don't have enough revenue generated to support the changes that have to happen, it seems like. So, I mean, sure, they could invest in it and have art people put together some stuff for visual that they could sell. But that's one thing that if you can look at that, you know, the team's really small. They don't have enough money to fix a lot of the things that are going on right now. And so it's suffering from it. So as long as they have some type of structure in place to keep revenue coming in and keeping the game fresh and new, that's what, I'm fine with whatever. So
now that makes a lot of sense. I paid $50 for Diablo 5 years ago, and I've never put another dime into it. But I continue to play. I play it a lot. So yeah, that's a really good point. Hopefully they'll figure that out. They've got to do something. You're absolutely right. They've got to do something.
Yep. Well, and it'll be interesting to see exactly how that unfolds, and we'll make sure to check that out during BlizzCon. I'm sure they'll have a lot more information about all the different games that are out now, and especially Overwatch is going to be kind of like all those different panels. I could just see them being packed, like people out the doors and stuff like that.
I want to go to every single panel. I want to do every single thing. I can't wait for BlizzCon. I want BlizzCon to be like next week.
One of the cool things about Overwatch, by the way, just to inform the guys, is that you can use something like a little controller, like a PlayStation controller or whatever.
Gamepad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they were talking about that in the chat earlier about how it's hard to play FPS with the keyboard.
Yeah,
Gamepads.
So I can't do it. I got Destiny for the Xbox, for the Xbone, and after I got to level 3, I'm like, I'm done. I can't do the gamepad, right? I just can't do.
It's very slow.
It's just so weird for me. I didn't grow up on it, so I'm not familiar with it, and so it's not one of those things that I do. I'm a WoW player. I use a damn keyboard.
And whenever you go into the key binding section for an Overwatch, because I always have to rebind my keys to whatever, they have as the secondary keys, they have Xbox buttons already. So that's, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it definitely was. And so I was monkeying around with that a little bit, very little with the gamepad. And that was interesting. And there are just a ton of keybinds on there too. So you can really kind of refine the gameplay how you want it to be. So that's really great.
I think once you figure it out, it's going to be awesome. I think it'll be great on the gamepad. I think it'll be great on the Xbox or console if they decide it. Which they've said that's what they're aiming for, right? Is to have it released on console, or
I'm not sure.
Alluded to that. I've heard something somewhere where at least I think that they have alluded to the fact that it's going to.
They haven't denied it anyway.
Well, just the fact that you can plug in your Xbox controller into your PC and play it. Obviously, the tools are there for it to be played on console.
Yeah.
It seems like a game that'll be really, really great on console. I think it would be a huge mistake by Blizzard to not put it on consoles. It's got to be.
Right.
It's got to be.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's a great game for it. So why not?
We've got confirmation in the chat room that there have been some leaks about that. So it's going to happen.
Oh, there we go. And let's see. My favorite hero is Lucio. That's all I'm saying. Lucio.
Is that a support hero?
Yeah, support hero.
Okay.
He's a healer,
All right.
dude. And so he can heal you, or he can make you go faster. So it's really cool. He wears roller skates, and he's a DJ, and it's awesome. And he shoots green crap. And it was so great. So I was going 1-on-1 against the AI, just trying it out. I'm like going, okay, support heroes. Let's try them out. Just do 1-on-1. And I was blasting the crap out of the guy. The guy couldn't even hurt me. It was crazy good. So I'm loving Lucio. I just can't. I haven't played him in a game yet. That'll come.
It's not like you don't have the
Sharku
You know,
won't ever be
the
playing in the
beta.
game either.
I won't ever play him in a game.
Hey, well, I mean, it's
I'm giving up on video games now.
It is kind of like, okay, what's the meta now? Now that we know kind of what the heroes are and kind of what's going
the meta?
on.
The meta is
do that to
new.
me.
Exactly. What is? But I mean, what is it going to be? What are the comps going to be? What is the path that people are
We
going to
had some
take on
people
these
in the
different
chat
things?
room earlier already talking about comps and stuff. Like, oh yeah,
I
this
know.
combo is stupid.
Well, but the thing is that it changes all the time because the big part of the strategy of the game is that you can change these heroes like we were talking about, and so at one point you're going to go in with kind of more of a balanced comp, and later in the game you might go with all tanks and heals. Who knows what you're going to be doing if you're just defending a spot or whatever.
Depending on what they've got going on too.
And it's reactionary to your other team as well. Yeah, I mean
I can't wait. This game is going to be so huge.
It's pretty sick.
Just the fact that the day the beta comes out, the internet's exploding.
I know.
Overwatch dominated Twitch today. Twitch.
Yeah,
Overwatch
absolutely.
was streamed more than any other game on Twitch today.
It was really funny.
For
So
a beta.
I know. So I was feeling kind of down this morning because I hadn't gotten anything either. Right away in the morning, I'm like looking and I'm like going, still nothing, no email, no nothing. And I had the BattleNet launcher up and nothing was downloading. Darius had already sent us a screen cap of him downloading the game.
Yeah,
and I was like, that jerk, he's gonna be the only one that ever did it. And so I was watching Towley. He had gotten it and he had downloaded it already, and he was on the screen. Nobody was playing yet because the servers weren't up. And so nobody was playing it. It was just him and the launcher for the game. He had 14,000 people watching him for the launcher.
The hype is real.
The hype is
real.
Unbelievable.
It's going to be a really big game. I was at PAX this year, and was it Battleborn? I think is the big EA competition to Overwatch, and that was a huge deal too. These styles of games, they're going to be huge. There's so much. Even like you said, just playing Overwatch, there's so many things you can do. We could talk about this 4 hours. By the way, it's going to be so great. I can't wait. I'm very excited.
I had 3 hours to play it before I went to work today, and it felt like I played 2 matches in the 3 hours that were gone. It was just so fun.
That's what it was like at BlizzCon. We sat, we played full games. They lasted 10, 15 minutes. The games that we were playing were at BlizzCon, but it seriously felt like you sat down and for 2 minutes and you were done. Like I don't know. I might lose my job.
So Tovo, how long were the matches lasting? Was it about 10, 15 minutes? Is that it?
That seems right. I mean, I lost all track of time. So that
seems right. Oh no, It was 3 days. Oh, sorry.
And also the environments, like the starting area.
Cool.
You have like a minute or so to mess around with everything and set up your strategy or whatever. But mostly everybody goes around and shoots the environment and sees how awesome it is.
Right.
And there's so many interactive things to mess with. There's so many little details that they didn't have to have there. It's just amazing.
I was blowing up piñatas looking for candy at one point.
I think I sat for 30 seconds and spun a garbage can rotator thing over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, I hit some like some sort of gas tanks, some sort of like helium tanks or something like that, and watched them spin out of control. It was pretty fun. It was a good time. Yep, that's it. That's all I did during today's beta. That's it.
And you survived against your AI opponent for a long time. There you go.
For the most part, except when I was dying a lot. That shark song. Yeah. And by the way, it was confirmed that BattleNet voice chat is for the beta of Overwatch as well.
Right.
And so we now have chat. And I got to hear I started a match, but I couldn't finish it because the wife came home. But I did hear a little bit of chat. I wasn't able to get in on it. But Tovo, were you chatting it up with?
Yeah, it's okay. I didn't use it a whole lot. But the message would come up on the screen every time you started a match. Use this key to cue your mic and stuff. And the things that not very many people were talking over it.
Yeah.
But the few times it did happen, it's okay. You know, it's going to get better. But I didn't notice anything really wrong with it. And there was nobody screaming at me like I was hoping that.
No, the trolls come later. The trolls come later.
They will come later whenever Sharku gets his beta weekend.
Oh,
I am not a troll.
No,
by
you're not.
choice.
You're
I'm
not.
a troll because I have to be.
I'm not the troll you want. I'm the troll you need.
I am not the troll you're looking for.
Oh, man.
Perfect. I'm
So
the
much fun.
biggest nerd on the planet. And that's a good point in the chat. Like, God, hopefully it's not going to be like the WoW voice system that they tried to do.
Well,
So-
it seems okay. I mean, you know, the quality seemed okay, and you know, it's push to talk, and it worked out just fine. And you can remap
it would be really, really convenient to have something like that in game, especially if it's going to be in consoles.
Yep, exactly. And
And I think I also saw a mature audio filter too.
really
I don't
mature
know-
audio.
I heard them talking about people talking about it and was reading something on Reddit about it. I didn't
Wow.
actually. I forgot to look for it and forgot to check it out. But I think that might be a thing. So I'm gonna check that out in a little bit whenever I'm playing.
We're living in the future when machines can censor us.
Wow.
Like how long
Skynet.
is it going to be before Overwatch becomes sentient and starts blowing up the, you know,
It's
Washington D.C. or something.
Don't worry, you're
Skynet.
safe. You're not in. So.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be the one saving everybody. Come with me if you want to live.
Grab my hand.
Grab my hand. Oh, hell, this is going to turn into me doing Arnold impressions. And it gets worse from here.
That's all right. All right. We should probably get out of here, though. Anything going on this week for you fellas as you prepare for BlizzCon? I'm not even gonna. Here, I'll play that music. Sure. I don't think Darius didn't do his job, so we can't thank anybody for 5 stars. But what are you guys up to this week? Do you have any shout outs? What's going on as you prep for BlizzCon, guys?
Sorry to my work because I'm going to call in sick tomorrow and play Overwatch. And then other than that, that's it.
Okay. All right.
Gonna do
Shark,
that.
how about you? Got anything going
I
on?
really hope your work doesn't listen to the show, man.
No.
I'm sure they don't. But no, shout out to Hardcore's 8 out of 13. That is not shabby at all.
That's awesome.
In 2 weeks. Just a brand new team getting formed. Really loving that team. So excited to get, and people seem to be loving it back. So I'm really excited about that community. And as far as preparing for BlizzCon, man, just trying to get some sleep because it's not going to happen in California.
I know, and you know, next weekend we have the time switch thing going on, or actually this weekend we do, and so we're gonna fall back, and then I'm gonna go 2 hours west, and then it's gonna be. So I'm sure that like sleep deprivation is gonna be real.
It's not even. Just forget it. Just don't even try. Just
I know.
I won't even try to sleep. It'll be so much fun. But yeah, make sure everyone that's going to BlizzCon, comfortable shoes and hand sanitizer.
Oh,
if there
yeah.
are 2 things to bring to BlizzCon, that would be it.
That's right. That's right. And I keep on seeing in the chat room when they're talking about the censoring game swear words. I would censor bro. That's all I'm saying. All right, I'm going to stop the music there.
Brian.
I'm going to play that music. There we go. Well, thanks, fellas, for joining me tonight. Really a lot of fun having Tovo and Shark with us. And thank you guys out in the chat room, as always, for being so awesome and for, you know, joining in on the conversation. And if
Thanks,
you
guys.
if you guys want to join in on the conversation, you can do that real easy. You can always send us your email at convertraid@gmail.com. You can call and leave comments and questions on our raid line, 612-787-RAID. That's 612-787-7243. You can follow us on Twitter at ConvertToRaid or Shark. Where are the other places that people can find us?
You can follow Pat at Pat Crane. It's Crane with a K. You can follow Darius at Bored Mind. You can follow Tovo at LOS_gaming. And you can follow me at Sharku_CTR.
There we go. And you can join the Bazooba Guabo Nation by heading over to converttoraid.com, where we have show downloads. We've got our forums. We've got our videos. We've got our audios as well. Tons of links for raiders and so much more. All the guild stuff over there as well. All over at converttoraid.com. For the live shows, you can head over to converttoraid.com/live. Look at that. We're also live streaming on alphageekradio.com for those guys that want to listen to us through mobile or through Roku. And that's going to be it for the show. The Convert to Raid podcast is produced and distributed by Signals Media. Make sure to check out all of our friends at the Signals Media All-Star Network, signalsmedia.com. And thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you on our next show we might have... Show 200 is going to be at BlizzCon, and it's going to be amazing. I'm sure we're going to have tons of friends there. Be looking forward to it. No show next week. Next live show will be in 3 weeks' time. So there. We'll see you then, chat room. And make sure to download the show and stuff like that for the big 200. All right. That's it. For all the guys at Convert to Raid, bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Oh, and don't forget about the well-played party. That's right.
Party!
Party!
Party!